and this is Uncut News. Before we get to tonight's newscast, I know we've got viewers from Guyana, the Caribbean, and all over the world. Where are you watching us from now? Tell us in the comments below. Now for tonight's news. Since all you too frightened to take the Rona shot, the government says that members of the National Rum Shop will be allowed to get a shot this time around. The parliamentarians are getting pushed to the front of the line in hopes that it will bolster public confidence in the vaccines. This announcement follows news that on Sunday we received 80,000 doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine from India, which was added to the 20,000 the Chinese gave us last week, and before the end of the month we're supposed to get another 104,000 doses from the WHO. So if you want one, you'll be able to get one soon enough. Now we're moving from Rona shots to a lady who almost got shot. On Monday, 40-year-old market vendor Vanessa Gonzalez was charged with assaulting a peace officer, damage to property, and abusive language. According to police, the big lady assaulted the Rona Czech people in her neighborhood after she failed to produce a document claiming ownership to her home. Video of the incident shows that she chased after them with a knife and even juked a TSU officer after they told her that she would have to wait for the second round of distribution. Vanessa pleaded not guilty and was placed on $5,000 bail. She is expected back in court March 20th. Moving on, one coke smuggler is again in police custody for, well, you guessed it, smuggling cocaine. Last night, Kanu announced that it had arrested 6 persons after cocaine was discovered concealed in saltfish headed to Miami. Kanu says they found 3.3 kilos of Satan's sugar stuffed into the bones of the saltfish. The fish was located in a cargo shed at the Trinidad International Airport. One of those arrested in connection with the discovery is Navindra Sarwan, a quote-unquote businessman, end quote. Sarwan was arrested back in July 2018 after 30 pounds of blow were found hidden under his car at the same airport. In that case, he was released due to insufficient evidence, which is probably a clue as to how this case will end as well. Yesterday morning, police at a roadblock at Weldad, West Coast Levies found close to 10 pounds of pot hidden in the back bumper of a car. The driver was arrested after the officers discovered the cannabis in 9 transparent, bulky packages. Good police work, but my questions are, what would possess them to tear up the man's bumper in search of the weed? I mean, they must have received a tip or something. Because I would have never thought to go there first. Also, have you noticed that all these busts keep happening at Weldad? It's either something's going on, or they're probably the only roadblock in this country that doesn't take bribes. Now it's time to tell you about Best Buy's car of the day. Currently on sale is this 2018 Suzuki Swift RS Sports Edition. It comes with Bluetooth, CD stereo steering controls, crystal lights, mag rims, fog lamps, and much, much more. Pay cash for $3.6 million, or pay down as low as $720,000 with around $70,000 monthly, and it's yours. Call or WhatsApp 662-0844 for more info, or visit their showrooms at 171 Peter Rowe Street, Queenstown, or Lot 2 Lalage Street, and tell them Rico sent you for this sweet deal. A 35-year-old miner went into the bush in January and came back this month only to learn that last Saturday his wife, 28-year-old Simona Williams, was killed in a crash that also involved her 23-year-old boyfriend, Constable Terry Samuels. Yes, he left only to come back to find his wife is dead and she was giving him blow. According to the police report, the two were arguing on the drive home when Williams allegedly pulled the steering wheel, causing Samuels to lose control of the vehicle and crashing. Samuels survived, but Williams didn't. He is currently in police custody. But prior to her death, Williams and her husband shared a relationship for 11 years and shared 2 children. Today, police raided the home of a 55-year-old welder in Podroin in search of stolen goods. Police uncovered 25 block helmets, 4 motorcycle engines, and several parts were found, which he claims belonged to his son, 24-year-old mechanic Richard Mahadio. The items were confiscated. However, police also arrested the father for possessing a firearm with an expired license. He did not update his license since 2017. If you own one of the best diesel engines in the world, then the name Cummins is very familiar to you. But even the best engines need spare parts, am I right? Powered Automotive, Truck Spares, and Engine Parts at 1161 E.E. Eccles stocks Cummins engine parts for 6BT and 6CT engines and much more. Call or WhatsApp 697-0171 or follow Powered Automotive Truck Spares and Engine Parts on Facebook. Down in Linden, a post-mortem examination suggested that 47-year-old Wisma resident Samuel D'Souza may have died from poor health choices and not a beating from two women. The examination said he died from low blood pressure and gastritis. The forensic pathologist explained that internal bleeding was caused by frequent movement, which was worsened by his frequent drinking and smoking. Following his death on Saturday, police arrested two women, whom he had an altercation with shortly before dying. However, the police haven't said if they will release the women or not. It's now time for today's Runner Report. Today, the nation recorded 33 new cases. There are now a total of 204 persons dead and 7 persons in the ICU, with 400 persons in home isolation. The total number of known cases in the country now stands at 8,847. So please, people, wash your hands frequently. Avoid touching your nose and mouth and mask up before you leave the house. When you do leave home, try to avoid enclosed spaces and large crowds. And remember to give 6 feet of space between you and others. Now, let's take a look at news in the region. In Jamaica, the former chairman of Jamaica's state-owned oil refinery, Petrojam, has been slapped with 12 fraud charges. Dr. Percival Bahado Singh has been accused of using his position to dishonestly obtain close to $74,000. It is alleged that between December 2016 and May 2018, he fraudulently claimed several reimbursements and was paid the monies by Petrojam for overseas business trips that he did not attend. He was released on bail and will be back in court on March 17th. You can multiply your cash by selling digital top-up. This is a legit way you can earn some extra money at your business or to supplement your existing side hustle. Become Make Top Up vendor quick and easy through Cellular Plus. Call them on telephone number 685-3109 for more info. In Trinidad, the search for missing 17-year-old Christopher Cummins came to a grim and tragic end this morning. Christopher's body was found beneath zinc sheets in a clearing near his home in Tunapuna. He was last seen alive on Friday evening, leading his family to report him missing yesterday after calls to his cell phone went unanswered. Police have not yet stated if they have any leads as to who might be responsible for the crime. And now for our weird news story of the day. How would you like your next slice of pizza with the side of racism? Well, in May of 2018, John Shackner, the founder and former CEO of pizza chain Papa John's, was accused of having said the N-word during a company conference call. Now he's accusing people of trying to use the incident to make vile attacks on him. So he appeared on OAN to reject charges of racism against him, claiming he's been working on his racism for the last 2 years.
They know he's not a racist. It's just unbelievable. And I used to lay in bed just going, how did they do this? And we've had 3 goals for the last 20 months to get rid of this N-word in my vocabulary and dictionary and everything else because it's just not true.
Well, something tells us that he might have been trying to say get rid of this N-word scandal, but that's certainly not what he said. Oh well. I've got some advice for John, though. Just shut up and stick to the pizza. Can't say anything racist if your mouth is full. Who said luxury can't be affordable? Move into your own home in 2021. Lenora Estates, West Coast MRR properties are within your reach. Move out of the landlord's place and put that rent money towards your own 5,000 square foot property. Call or WhatsApp 592-618-5702 or call +1 516 476 2172 for more info. Moving on to our Uncut News Views poll question of the day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Guyana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. So, you give your responses in the comments, and we'll read the best ones in the following episode. Yesterday's question was about International Women's Day. How did you honor the women in your life? Jay Jairam said, I prayed for the well-being of women in my life. Apparently, nobody here has got love for the women in their lives but Jay. Thanks, Jay, and shame on the rest of you. Nevertheless, tonight's question is, with the nation being just weeks away from being able to vaccinate a significant portion of the population, do you think we're finally ready to start reopening the country? Think about that question and tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in Wednesday's episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight. Check us out tomorrow for another. Until then, I'm Enrico Bulford saying good night, folks. Hey, Uncut News viewers, thanks for watching. You can subscribe by clicking on this button over here, or click over there for more news. You can also drop a comment to let me know if you've made it to the end of the video. Goodbye for now.